Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Decorative Survival. So, in the last episode I finished this hill, and basically to start off this episode I've got basically a large river here, and while this farmhouse does have a way of grinding wheat, in this case a windmill, the farm over the other side of the mountain doesn't have any way. So I'm thinking of crafting a water wheel there because it's much lower to the water compared to this side, and so would probably be able to have better access. So yeah, I'm probably just going to start off by getting into a time lapse of that, and then I will be right back. So, annoyingly, I forgot to start this time lapse right at the start, so this kind of starts off halfway through, but basically I put up some wooden surround for the lower bit, but not for the upper bit, because this has a roof and this only really needs to store grain. Alright, so I'm back, and this is the water wheel. So, well, this is the water wheel. This is basically the shaft that goes in and down, and kind of, I think this is meant to be that's meant to be the stone that rolls around and grinds the wheat. There's also a chest down here for storing wheat, and a crafting table. I don't know why, I just needed a crafting table. Yeah, that's kind of this water wheel. It's not particularly complicated. All it's kind of meant to be is a place to store, possibly, and then grind the grain. However, there's one slight problem. We don't actually have that much wheat compared... Well, we have plenty of wheat, but I feel like another wheat farm, because 2 isn't actually very much, and I don't know, I just like another farm over here. So yeah, I'm probably going to get started on a farm. I haven't decided if I want to do it over there or here, so I'll decide that in the time lapse, which I will get into right now. Alright, so I decided to go with a more rectangular design like some of my other newer fields instead of the more circular designs that I've had previously, though I have rounded the corners in this. This is actually quite a long time lapse because normally I speed these up, but I'm not sure if I want to speed this one up. So basically this is just another wheat field because this has a water wheel, and so it should have constant grinding power, which will mean that it will need quite a lot of wheat to be able to occupy that water wheel for enough of the time. So I'll probably also build a few other fields, possibly on the other side of the road and possibly slightly further. I kind of unload these quite a lot because, well, it's just annoying because it's a long trip. Alright, so I am back and I now have a wheat field out here. So I think this is my second wheat field for this farm, and yeah, no, third actually. Anyway, I've noticed there's actually quite a lot of torches out here, and I think I'd prefer to have a few different light sources. I needed to be able to light up this place. So the first thing I think I will do is I will properly get lanterns and place them along this path for a little bit outside the village at least, even if I don't really expect them to be out in the forest. I've got other ideas for how I could light up the forest with things like moss and bushes, but probably I'm going to start at least, well, probably not going to do the forest, but I'm going to do here with some walls, and yeah, then I will be right. Well, I'll go buy the lanterns and then I will be right back. Or I'm going to, I'll just take a stack in 16, because this should be able to get a stack in 16 lanterns. Alright, so I am voicing over this time lapse, and yeah, basically I'm placing down moss. It's quite hard to see, even from lower down than this, and yeah, here I am collecting some. I ran out, I only had a very small amount, and yeah, basically I'm putting it under some moss. I'm putting lanterns and other various light sources under moss carpets, and kind of putting some other moss carpets around them to kind of disguise it. I've put some in some bushes that I've also created. I need to place more of those. I've somehow managed to create a line of those, and yeah, I'm probably going to put more bushes towards the forest. Alright, so I'm back, and I've done a bit on this section over here, but that's not really the main section. As you can see, there's a few pieces of moss carpet. This one doesn't actually have a lantern, and neither does that one, in fact. But this one does. Some of these are just to kind of blend it in and make it kind of look normal. I'm almost thinking those could be some other kind of block, so I don't know. They could be something like some other type of grass or that sort of thing. There's a few more on this side, and there's also some bushes which I think are quite nice. I'm planning on continuing them into the forest to light up the forest, and yeah, that's probably going to wrap up this episode. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and yeah, goodbye.